Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and hi, we are from Group 4. Today we will be presenting about our business plan on the company SM Clothing Co. So my name is Nur Siti Farah. I will be presenting on the company profile. So the company or the business name is SM Clothing Co. and the address is in Sungai Besi in Kuala Lumpur. So since 2013, SM Big Idea Resources has been registered their business with SSM, and SM Big Ideas Resources or SM Clothing Co. is a Malaysian company that specializes in selling pocket tees. So their vision basically strive for excellence, and their mission statement is to offer a superior design, quality, and value to customers. SM Clothing Co. specializes in ready-to-wear and custom-made pocket shirts, as well as t-shirt printing, sublimation, silk screen printing, embroidery, heat press, and other goods items. So SM Clothing Co. also selling locally made denim items such as wallets, sling bags, and tote pocket bag. So all of which are of the highest material quality that they are using. Over the years, SM Clothing Co. also have worked with various companies and institutions such as Brahim's Group, Standard Chartered, Victoria Institution, Sekolah Seri Puteri SBP, UiTM, UIM, and many more. So at the moment, there are 2 employees working at SM Clothing Co. You can reach SM Clothing Co. from their media social such as website, Shopee, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. So the current short-term goals for SM Clothing Co. is to create new designs and goods on a regular basis in order to meet the demands of the market. So we propose a new short-term goals for them, which are to increase the company sales by 20% every 3 months in year 2023. The second one, to increase the advertising in social media by the end of the year. And the last one, to increase the company employees with the best talent by 1% each year. So the second one is medium-term goals, in which 2 to 3 years. So the current medium-term goals for SM Clothing is to have fresh marketing platforms available at all times in order to develop the business. So we propose new medium-term goals, which are to improve relationship with customer via website and social media. Next, to implement an employees program to improve their skills 1% each year. And the last one, to be a low cost and high quality producers within 3 years. Next, for the long-term goals, in which 4 to 5 years, we propose to add 3 new stores branches in the country in 4 years. For the proposed sustainability, which to define sustainability relevant to this business is to improve packaging style with the new sustainability clothing wrap packaging. Next, I will be presenting about the description of venture for their product. In the fashion and textile industries, SM Clothing Co. actually produce a variety of shirts. They make ready-to-wear shirts that can be customized. So these are among the famous products from their company, which are customized pocket tee, printed t-shirt, sweatshirt, and jersey. Apart from that, they also have other merchandise to offer to their customers, which are handmade bracelet, pocket tote bag, denim sling bag, and OEM Zippo lighter. Other than that, SM Clothing Co. also offers a variety of services to their customers, such as a full sublimation jersey embroidery, heat press, which is vinyl, HD print, sublimate, customized t-shirt, silk screen, and half sublimation. So, according to Encik Safarudin, these are among the office equipment and personnel for them to running their business. They have laptop, printer, heat press, desktop monitor, cutting machine, and tables. So, for the background of entrepreneur, Encik Safarudin bin Muhammad is the owner of SM Clothing Co. He is currently 52 years old and was born in Kuala Lumpur on March 22, 1970. He grew up also in Kuala Lumpur in Kampung Pandan. His highest educational qualification is in Diploma in Public Administration. So, he started a printing t-shirt in 2013 as a result of his strong desire to operate his own business in the textile and fashion industry. So, the startup capital for this business is 5,000 ringgit, and Encik Safarudin began selling and marketing their products in their home base in the early stages, producing solely printed pocket t-shirt. So, after 6 months, he was able to expand the company's services and more products.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Ali Berosnan and I will continue to present about the marketing plan of SM Clothing Corporation. And for the market segmentation was divided by two. The first one is demographic and the second one is geographic. The demographic is about the age. The current target age group for SM Clothing is from 18 years old to 30 years old. And for the geographic, the SM Clothing store is in the city of Kuala Lumpur. For the pastel analysis, for political, the government imposes the tax on each firm that starts a new business and is registered with SSM. These taxes must be tracked to ensure that tax evasion does not occur. SM Clothing will need to rethink how they price their product and services. For the economic factor, the smaller companies must have a difficult time in 2020 and 2021, caused by country-wide shutdown. The present pandemic crisis has impacted a wide range of sectors. The demand for printed t-shirt has dropped dramatically. And for social factor, the cultural component and religious knowledge of the local population are reflected in social variables. The patterns, color, size, and other social factors that SM Clothing must consider are the design, colors, and such that they will use. And next is for the technology factors. The technology factors, a heating machine is used by SM Clothing to assist in the stamping of each t-shirt. This is the machinery that is now in use in every store that offers designer clothing. And the next is environment. SM Clothing package its item in plastic wrap to prevent water damage. Environmentally friendly plastic bags may readily safeguard the clothing. And the next one is legal. In Malaysia, workers' right up. The next one is about the industry and market forecast. As you can see, in the previous 10 years, the fashion business has seen several transformations. From bottoms up to large t-shirt, there's something for everyone. We may witness a huge demand for large clothing, often known as streetwear in this stage. But we can conclude that since the epidemic arrived last year, people have been wearing more comfortable clothing. For the competitive analysis, we compare with other two companies. The first one is the SM Clothing, the Chop Baju Corporation, and Everyday. So they produce the same product, which is a customized printed t-shirt, and the price a bit different. For the SM Clothing, they offer the price about RM20 and the Chop Baju Corporation is RM90 and the Everyday is about RM19.90. For the place, they all located in Kuala Lumpur, but Everyday is located also in Kuala Lumpur but in Cheras. The marketing technique for SM Clothing is in social media, website, and bantings. But for the Chop Baju Corporation, the marketing technique is in a social media website, and Everyday is in a social media website and bantings.
I'm Trisha and I'm going to present about marketing mix. Marketing mix consists of 7 important items, but today I'm going to emphasize only 4 important items, which is product strategy, pricing strategy, distribution strategy, and promotion strategy. So let's proceed to the first strategy, which is product strategy. So the table show the product strategy by SM Clothing. So our recommendation of product strategy is actually labeling can help to identify the pricing and assist priorities, which thus should be completed first. For example, a significant number of orders just come in from various clients. By taking the orders, they can ensure that the product comes to the customer in well form. Next is pricing strategy. As you can see, the table showing the pricing strategy by SM Clothing. For our recommendation for this company is, I think in other corporation of the other hand, SM Clothing price a little bit slightly higher than other brands, and we would suggest if they should lower the price for children and women. As an example, maybe they can offer children t-shirt that can be reduced to 90-97 ringgit each, But I know SM Clothing must keep their price competitive or add 2% markup to their competitors. Next, the table shown is about distribution strategy of SM Clothing. And for the recommendation, we personally suggest SM Clothing to hire more agent or stockists so that the business of their clothing brand could be expand more and achieve their target market and geographic segmentation around Malaysia, including Sabah and Sarawak. Last but not least is their promotion strategy. The table shows their promotion strategy through the year, and for our recommendation, they could do two types of promotion, with it hiring influencer and making a campaign. As we all know that during COVID-19, many were forced to stay indoors to help lower the risk of infection. However, since the vaccination program has started, many are allowed to do recreational activities. For example, SMN Clothing can hold a promotion campaign for anyone that has been vaccinated, and for those that has been vaccinated, they will receive 20% discount for the purchases. So, in other hand, by hiring influencer, SM Clothing can hire influencer to promote their product, like Zaya Zahir, a famous streetwear fashionista influencer, so they can promote their brand bigger and achieve their target market successfully.
My name is Muhammad Syarif Hussein. I will present about organizational plan and human resource plan. So for the first one, a form of ownership, which is the form of ownership or SM Clothing Company is enterprise. SM Clothing CO change the words enterprise to resources. And the second one is a partner or principal shareholders, which is in this business, they are now partners or shareholders. And the third one is authority principle, which is SM Clothing CO is a rule sole proprietorship. All capital fund or operation are provided by the owners. There is no authority principle in the business. Next is a management team background, which is Safaruddin Muhammad is a director, and Zulkarnain and Bahazi Ismail is a production. And their role and responsibilities of member and organization is, for the first one is Safaruddin Muhammad, is the director. Responsibilities include managing the organization and making business decisions. The second one is Bahazi Ismail and Zulkarnain, which is production rules. Their responsibility is responsible for producing the product in an ethical and waste-free manner, as well as managing a good production planning for folding, packaging, fitting. And lastly is estimated payroll and human resources budget, which is for the director is 2,000 and for 3,000 for two number of employees for production, which is total salary per month is 5,000 for three number of employees. Next is production plans, which is for the first one in manufacturing process, which is for the first one is select a design and place the shirt in the hip press, and the next is place the design in the center of the t-shirt, and next thing is before pressing, place the transparent paper, and then with a temperature of 190 degrees Celsius, press for 35 seconds. After that, remove the paper from the press slowly after it has been pressed. And the second last stage is wait until the t-shirt is completely dry, and lastly the t-shirt will have hang in the display area for the selling. Next one is physical plan and location and layout, which is my left is instruction area and display product area, packaging area, payment area, express area, and display product area. And you can see it is a layout for the company, which is a payment area, entrance area. Next is name of supply of raw materials for the SM Clothing Company, which is for the first one is Orange Sport, located at Kuala Lumpur, and Alam Fashion, also located in Kuala Lumpur, and Mega Section, also located in Kuala Lumpur, and described to you is at Ampang, and lastly is Wish also at Kuala Lumpur.
And last but not least is
machinery and equipment budget, which is for the first one is met bed night, which is 4,300, and the second one is heat mat safety, which is 900, and the one is brandless printer with medium size, which is 670 ringgit. Brandless printer is small size, 580 ringgit, and Epson with big size is 1,620 ringgit, and Epson with small size is 450 ringgit. And next is Canon with image flash, 539 ringgit, and graphic tape plus electronic carton porter is 5,225 ringgit, and graphic tape CHJ Comer version 4 1,400, and in submission paper 135 ringgit, and the second one is transfer paper, which is 100 pieces, 180 ringgit, and lastly is microfiber jersey, which is 8,800, which is the total of this is 24,764 ringgit.
And now I will continue to present about the operation plan. For the description of company operation, the operation hour, the everyday operation of SM Clothing Corporation is from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday and Saturday, but the Sunday is closed. SM Clothing Corporation working hours begin at 11 am when employees or company owners open their retail shop and end at 6 pm. On Saturday, the hours of operation are 10 am to 2 pm. Cash on delivery available during COVID-19. Printing schedule of product. When they receive the customer order, they will begin the printing. So for the restock schedule of inventory, SM Clothing Corporation will essentially refresh and acquire clothing inventory from a few companies, including Orange Sport, Alam Fashion, Megah Textile, D-Studio, and Wish-T. They normally do this when the inventory is becoming low and there is no set timeline for it. And this is about the technology utilization. They use a laptop and computer, the printer, cutting machine, heat press machine. And now we continue to the operation plan. It's about how they count on how they calculate to find the cost per unit. The sales forecast is 7,040 units per month. And the direct materials, the item they use is paint, cotton shirt, DC microfiber, printing material, ink sublimation paper, paper sublimation, and heat transfer binding. The cost is around RM73,780 ringgit. And for the labor wages is the cost is around RM9,400. For the manufacturing overhead, the electricity bill is about RM300, the rent is about RM700, and others is about RM300. So for the total operation cost is RM84,480 ringgit. So we used to calculate the cost per unit is when the total operation cost divided by total number of units. So cost per unit is RM12 ringgit per unit.
Hi, it's me again. So I'm going to present about assessment risk. So in SM Clothing, there are a few weaknesses that we already found there. First one is business risk, and second one is safety. For business risk, sometimes SM Clothing orders stocks online, so there will be any rejected or defect. So the effect is SM Clothing might have a loss due to damage or rejected of their stocks. And the implementation is, we would suggest they construct a proper agreement policy between supplier and seller that fit the best and fair to both parties. Their stocks. And the implementation is, we would suggest they construct a proper agreement policy between supplier and seller that fit the best and fair to both parties. Next is for safety risk. The weakness of this risk is SM Clothing doesn't have any anti-thief equipment. Second one is SM Clothing doesn't have any insurance protection, natural causes of the event, and last but not least, no statutory liability which to protect their employees from injury. and the effect may be have seen that SM Clothing has a high risk chance to get robbed due to lack of thief protection. Property damage or loss will give impact to the business operation and profitability, and lastly, difficult for employees to claim payment for their treatment and cost. So our suggestion is SM Clothing should implement CCTV and apply insurance form for their business to keep their business safe from any other potential or safety risk. Next is SM Clothing should purchase commercial general liability insurance that covers professional liability insurance, property insurance, and advertising liability. That's all from me. I will pass to the next presenter. Thank you.
So now we are moving to the financial plan. First, here is the assumptions. So to maintain a business, it can be a dangerous job with due to a variety of risks. Therefore, a business plan should include some of these assumptions. So the first potential problem is that is the product risk, which is the risk of if a product cannot be manufactured, and for a clothing store will have a low product risk. So next would be the market risk, which is the risk that the market will develop in a way that you could not have been expected. So if the market takes too long to develop, the company would potentially run out of their money while waiting for customers. Then we have the expensive machines that can be a problem, as company have to pay a lot of money to buy, repair, and to keep maintain in order to make clothes and frames. So after that, for the manufacturing process, it needs to be improved a lot. This is because it could increase the productivity and efficiency. And lastly, the business require a lot of capital due to the high cost of financing the projects. So now we are moving on to the pro forma income statement. As you can see from the table, the net profit for the year 2020 is higher than 2021. This is because the company are more focused on a group scale project rather than retail. This is also during the COVID-19 pandemic, which it were advised to not do any gathering event, which caused the company to lose their main way of income. So for this year 2020, the main priority for the company to keep the company afloat is to change their business plan into a retail business. So this could, by doing this way, it could help the company to keep afloat and to keep afloat and make more sales and stay relevant in the market. And for the year 2023, the expected net profit would be $59,692 due to the upcoming endemic, which and their goals of to increase their sales by 20% for the year of 2023. Then we are moving on to the pro forma balance sheet. So as you can see, the main asset of the company are the machines, office equipment, and online marketing. For the online marketing for the year 2020 until 2023 will keep increasing throughout the year. So the total asset will also increase for every year. And for the total equity for the year 2020 to 2021 will be decreasing, but for the rest of the 2 years of 2021 until 2023 will be decreasing. Moreover,
we are now looking at the pro forma cash flow. This shows the cash flow of the company. As you can see, the total cash inflow kept increasing for each year. The cash outflow would also increase a bit, but the expected value at 2023 is around 157,711. And finally, we are continue with the ratio analysis. As you can see, the current ratio measures how many times SM Clothing Corporation can cover their liabilities. So for the year 2020, it means the company can pay for its current liabilities 3.92 times over. For after forecasting, it will get even more better for every year respectively. So as you can see, in the year 2023, it will be 4.35 times over. Furthermore, the total asset turnover ratio is concerning, since it was not even more than 1 times a year for any year. So this means it is not very efficient at generating sales for the company. So for the net profit margin, it measures how much of ringgit's sales contributes to the profit and how much it used to pay expenses. So for 2020, the net profit margin is 10.338%. So there was a decrease in net profit margin. However, it is expected the net profit margin will increase for the next 3 years. And as for recommendations, it is essential for SM Clothing Corporation to understand their target market through marketing techniques. So marketers must not only provide great product and service, but also inform upcoming potential customers that where they could buy the products. So in addition, loyal customers can be more profitable. Therefore, SM must provide customer with the best service, so they can feel appreciative and feel the value they receive was worth it. So there is also a way to bring happiness and satisfaction to customer by doing positive word of mouth. And then SM Clothing should also not ignore CSR programs, as they are not only benefit for the community but also the company, as they also create brand awareness. So ultimately, to achieve the company goals and stay competitive, SM Clothing employees must collaborate and communicate with each other. That's all from me.